It's an amazing industry to be part of. We've sold rams over to WA, Hungary, Kazakhstan, China, Russia, so I suppose we've spread our genetics a long way around.
So we started with Hampshire Downs in 1991, so here we are 30 years on, sale number 25, and just grown quite substantially.
The reason that they have been successful is they've put their heart and soul into it.
They're able to provide data that's dynamic. If you're wanting to find a flock with scope, you can go there with confidence because you know that they're trialled and tested.
I grew up on a mixed farm on York Peninsula. Steve and I bought a place in Mount Barker initially and then at Strath.
And that was basically the start of it. Found my passion. Had 20 acres we started off, leased a further 150, bought another 150 and bought some land at Strath we vowed and declared never to sell. Blue Ribbon Country. 5 years later you don't know your destiny and you trade 300 acres for 3,000 acres, unbeknown to your future.
Our White Suffolk Stud was one of our first breeds that we started.
That was our first major breed. We started Pole Dorsets in 2005 when we moved down here to Western Flat. The Suffolks were started in 2015 and we've got a new breed which we've only started purchase ewes last year, lamb down this year, and that's the Ultra White. And I believe these are an easy care sheep backed by figures.
And I think we're going to see a movement towards that breed for a lot of producers, especially in other areas away from our district.
I suppose with the way the technology is introduced now, like we're chasing eating quality traits and things like that, it's not just about growth and muscles. We're targeting a broader range of traits now that we're trying to improve. So instead of trying to target 3 traits, we've got 15 that we're trying to improve across the board.
However, we've really concentrated on producing the best stock that we possibly can.
We can assess so many different avenues, from weighing lambs at birth, muscle scanning, as well as the introduction of DNA testing. Everything with our data has to be as accurate as possible to try and give our clients the best possible data to work with.
We've tried to stay at the forefront of the industry. We've done a bit of ET work in the early days, that's embryo transfer. We've always done AI. We do nearly 75% of our ewes are AI mated and using genetics right across, so that's how we sort of measure our gain.
So at birth we use a brass tag. When they come through to tailing, we marry them up with an electronic tag, which then all the data that we've been collecting can be tracked from then on. And then once they enter the breeding flock from the maternal side, the ewes get a cattle tag with their number on that. We use an XR 5000 that we try and store as much information on of traits that we're trying to draft based on or separate groups from. The ewes are all classed based on their structure and how they walk, and so we use the auto drafter to split them into their structural categories. Same thing with the rams. Quite often if a client wants rams based on certain figures, we can run the rams through and we can split them based on what they're trying to target. I suppose we spend more time in the yards, but the things we can do now is incredible. There's not an area of the sheep, figure-wise or visual-wise, that we can't assess now.
The people that we have met and the friendships we have formed, like interstate, it's just been amazing.
The amount of times I go and stay with our clients and I spend time with them drafting up their lambs and driving around, and it gives us a chance to evaluate what we're doing. It's hard to tell them, oh, everything's going to be magic if I can't see it on the other end.
It's not just friends or acquaintances now, they're almost part of family. Whatever state you go to, you're welcomed into their house like your family. So it's that partnership in business that you do is the biggest asset with our clients. The on-property sales Friday, September the 17th, we'll be offering approximately 235 White Suffolks, 120 Dorsets and 12 Suffolk Rams.
The beauty of numbers is it shows that there's integrity in the flock because of the consistency across the type.
We fully guarantee and back our product.
That's always been our motto, that we replace rams if they're injured in any way.
And that's how much faith we have in our genetics and what they're going to gain from us.
We usually do lamb, and salads, and then quite a few desserts.
From my point of view, the best part of sale day, other than the check, is the food. It's panels laid on top of the sale pens, and
We also do tea after, so that we can mix with the clients, and it's basically a thank you.
Well, we've got 3 young children. Lockie's 6, Benny's 5 and Charlotte's 3, going on 15. So they're all very passionate about the farm and love getting out and helping as much as they can as well.
I hope it keeps following on.
we're one of the first to take up Auctions Plus to do the on-property auction. We've concentrated on trying to promote our product, and we come up with a motto: what we've got behind puts our clients in front, and that emphasised the muscling we had in our back end. We ended up with a photo of about 8 rams with identical back ends, and that's how we run that logo. So that has set us up.
I suppose in 20 years we've ended up with 4 breeds. We've spread our scale quite large.
You look at your successes, you look at the fact that you can work with your wife, your son's come into the business, he's got the same integrity and same direction we have, go off push the boundaries, doubled size of the Suffolk stud, built an extension at Greg's house, started the ultralights and bought a clay spreader and tractor. So if Greg hasn't got enough work now, I don't know what he'll have in the future. So
we've started everything ourselves, and to come from having no sheep, I suppose, to start with, to where we are now, I think we're very, very fortunate to be able to achieve what we have.
There's a lot of things in the future that are quite exciting for us.